Hello everyone. I am Dr. Surendranath Reddy from Dr. Bhatia Medical Coaching Institute, Chennai. I am excited here to sit with Dr. Laksman, who got 332 rank in INI CET. Congratulations, Dr. Laksman.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You must be excited about this rank.
Definitely, yes, sir.
So at this point of time, I just wanted to ask you if there are anybody in your journey whom you want to thank to for reaching this place. Please thank them.
Definitely, sir. First, my thanks goes to my family, of course, because they were my backbone. They stood by whatever tantrums I threw at them. They gave me all the support. So, thanks to my family first, and then to my study partner. I mean, they were there for me all the time, and they helped me hone my preparation, and they got me into the right track. And then the biggest player to all the faculty at Bhatia Institute, especially Dr. Tamim sir, Rajat sir, Ashwani sir, and Praveen sir. I really have to mention the names. Thank you so much, sir. And at last, I would also like to thank the professors and all the faculty at my medical college. I come from Madras Medical College, a proud MMCN. I thank them all. Thank you so much.
That's great, a proud MMCN.
Yes, I'm always a proud MMCN.
Yes, that's great. Dr. Lakshman, I just wanted to understand how the journey of your preparation started. Like, when did you start your preparation? What was into your mind when you started your preparation and all?
Actually, mine was a pretty atypical kind of preparation, sir. I started with preparing for USMLE. When I was in my internship period, I started with USMLE. I was preparing for step 1. And post internship, I almost spent a year studying for step 1. And due to financial circumstances, I had to step down. I decided that it's better I pursue with NEET. And then I started my preparation after a year of preparing step 1. So that's how I started my preparation. And then it was a pretty long path owing to the COVID scenario.
Yeah.
It was a pretty long one.
I understand. You must be giving away to many people who are into that borderline of whether choosing USMLE or coming in that, or you are into the USMLE and you're not able to make your mind to come into the NEET exam and all. You must be a reference for them. You were mentioning about the COVID situations and all.
Yes, sir.
So I think as a regular batch student of 2020, it was a totally different experience of education for you.
Yes, true.
This is the first time we have come into live classes, and we have maintained it properly to finish the courses in time, and there is a lot technical part, and faculties have taken a lot of time to make you learn through the new system of learning. How did you feel about DBMCI Live?
Well, it was actually a change for me.
Yeah.
Changes at times are always difficult until you adjust to them.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
but the ones who actually excel are the ones who adapt faster. So, and again speaking, DBMCL, I mean, the live classes online had their own set of advantages. I could easily ask doubts to the faculties. I do not have hesitation to go and stand in front of a crowd. I could just text a message to the faculty to ask a doubt, and they would be answering it in live. So that was pretty good advantage. And one more advantage was skipping out all the travel and all the logistics stuff. I could sit in a corner in my home and take my own notes at my own pace. And even if I missed, I had a day of backup so that I could just go back to the class and complete my notes wherever I left. But I just made sure that I completed my notes within a day of the class getting over.
Yeah.
So that was one thing I was sincere about.
That was a great great thing said by you about the live and the advantage, because if we had not transformed ourselves so quick, so fast, we could not have served you in that better way.
Definitely.
We have done it very fastly, and we have acclimatized to the new needs of the students, and I think we have managed it properly.
Definitely, yes, sir. Yeah, we did have a bit of technical issues in the first, but then I think everything got sorted out.
Yes.
It was pretty good.
Yes. Dr. Lakshman, did you have any specific strategy for INI CET?
Yes, sir. Nothing pretty extra. You already prepared the same material. The same material applies to both NEET and INI CET or any other PG entrance examination that you're going to give. The one extra thing that I think helped me in this exam was the previous year questions. And it's not just solving the questions. Solve the questions, know the topics, read the same topics from your notes, and strengthen them. That is the one thing that you will have to do extra for your INI CET.
Yeah. I understood one part of your is the best you have done. Like, many of the times the student start reading one thing, again start reading the same thing, again reading. Rather, you have given them a best way that, go to the question, find the topic, come back from the question to the book
Same
for the
notes.
second thing. Same book.
Same notes. That is pretty important. Try to stick with a single resource for a single subject. Do not keep changing resources. There will be lots of it because right now we have so much of resources and it's all diluted right there. You need to pick the concentrated ones, the ones that give you the highest yield. So that is very important. Try to stick to one material per subject.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice. What were your best classes in DBMCI?
The best, undoubtedly, Tamim sir. I mean,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your guidance, sir. I mean, apart from the medicine part, Tamim sir actually taught us how to approach questions. Approaching an MCQ was the game changer in any exam that I've ever given. How to approach a question, how to rule out options. That was one thing Tamim sir always kept telling us. There are only 4 options there, and you just need to rule out the 3 wrong options. That's it. You'll get the right answer. You don't have to know the right answer. So, and what not to study, again, Tamim sir is the best to tell you how to know which to study and which not to study. And that is very important because there is so much to study and you can only study a certain amount in the given time period. So you must know what you should not study. And again, that I thank Tamim sir completely because he taught me how to not study topics and how to study the selected topics. So that was pretty important, sir.
Yes.
I mean, I really thank Tamim sir for that, especially.
Anybody you wanted to thank more?
Definitely, sir. I mean, Rajat sir, he is my mentor. I mean, everything Rajat sir has done, again, thank you so much, Rajat sir. And apart from him, I'd like to thank Praveen sir and Ashwani sir. Thank you so much.
So, handling all the 19 subjects at a time, I think it's a difficult task. How did you handle all the subjects?
Yes, sir. At first, I stuck to the classes, attending classes on time, live, trying to make the notes right then and there. That was the first step. Then trying to read those notes and solving the MCQs then and there. So try to finish your notes, revising your notes once at least, and get some MCQs from the same subjects as you finish the classes. So when the classes are over, you will have a confidence that you completed the 19 subjects in the given time. I know it's easier said, and when you do it, you'll have a lot of difficulties, but overcoming those difficulties what will give you success. So that is pretty difficult, but try to stick to your classes, follow the schedule. A schedule is there for a reason. So try to stick to the schedule given by your faculties. So that was the first step, sir.
Yeah. I was talking about your notes.
Yes.
Is there any specific way or pattern you have made your notes which will help you in the long term, like in the preparation of the last minute preparation kind of a thing?
Definitely.
Did you have any strategy on making your notes from the day one?
Yes, sir, I did. I mean, see, notes are the one thing that you're going to be seeing again and again and again. Changing resources will only worsen what you've already studied. It will only make you more confused. So the notes are what you're going to stick to till the end. So try to make them as neat as possible because you'll have to read them. That is one thing. And again, if possible, try to leave just 2 or 3 lines at the bottom of the page so that when you're solving MCQs, you can add it to them. Because previous year questions, you'll be doing it after your classes. So when you do them, you can add those points beneath the notes.
Yeah.
So when you're revising it the last time, you'll have all the things at one side and you can just go through them faster. So that is one thing that you'll have to do. Make your notes clean and stick to your notes only.
Yeah, that's a great advice actually. After every topic, if you leave 1 or 2 pages so that you can add content, but when you are revising, you will be pretty sure that you will not miss anything because you have written it there and then. That's a great one. How was your attempting of GTs? How did you attempt the GTs, and when did you start attempting the GTs? And what was your take on the GTs?
Yes, sir. Honestly speaking, I was pretty hesitant at the start. Until around I completed 8 subjects, I actually did not attend even a single GT. That is the truth. But that is one mistake I think I made. I should have probably attempted more GTs right from the beginning. Then after that, once I started attending my GTs, GTs made me realize a lot of things. I was actually studying a lot of things that were not required for the test. Attending those GTs made me understand what I needed to study and how I needed to apply them in the exam. You can study everything from a topic, but when it comes to answering, it's a whole different skill. So it has to go hand in hand. So attempting GTs right from the start is better. That is something that I didn't do actually properly. Maybe I could have done that better.
Yeah. So you want to advise the students that start GTs early,
Yes, as soon as possible.
as soon as possible, and find your mistakes from the GT.
Yes, sir.
And as far as I understood, you'll be familiarized by the topics which are being asked regularly,
Yes, sir.
and you will avoid those topics which are not much asked,
Not frequently.
not
asked.
frequently
Yes,
asked.
that is one more thing actually. See, when every time a faculty member is trying to set a question paper for a GT, they are trying to replicate the actual question paper, the actual INI CET or the NEET or whatever exam it is. They are trying their best to be closest to the exam. So, which means that the questions from the GTs are going to be a much better predictor and they are going to be a much better resource for you to prepare so that you can understand the high yield topics. And subconsciously, we start reading those topics more when we solve those questions more.
Yeah. You pretty well said that our faculties are putting a lot of effort in making the new pattern questions and the clinical pattern questions. How did you feel that these questions are mimicking your exam?
I mean, it felt almost like the exam. So the real life exam was no different than a GT for me, except for going to the center and everything. Other than that, I did not feel a lot of difference. Even the time management was pretty much the same.
Yeah, because as you said, the time management is the only factor which is, I mean, matters in the lengthy paper.
Definitely.
And did you have any strategy on managing your time?
No, sir. I just made a simple 30 minutes, 35 questions.
Okay,
That's it. So that's what
for
I
the
kept
lengthy
studying.
question, did you have anything that you have?
That is what Tamim sir taught me again.
Okay,
Go with the options first. When it's a lengthy question, go with your last line and the options. If there's an image, see the options, then the image, then the last line. That is all that you need to do. And in case, whenever you're in any lengthy questions or clinical beginner questions, if you're confused, always read. I mean, if you are stuck between two options, look at the first line. The first line most likely reveals the answer. The points in between are most likely to confuse you.
Yeah.
Whenever an examiner sets a paper, the first line is usually from the mind. He doesn't think too much on the first line. What confuses you is the stuff in the middle. So when you're stuck between two options, I think you should stick with the first line. You can get an answer.
that's a great advice. You got it from Tamim sir, and you have transferred it to
Yes.
the students of us. So I just wanted to ask you one thing. During this COVID season, because of many postponements of the exams, were you off the track sometime? And if you were off the track sometime, how did you manage to come back?
Yes, sir. Actually, this COVID period was highly unpredictable, and a lot of things kept happening. I mean, personally as well as in academics. So we could never know what was going to happen next, when this was going to get over. That was actually very difficult because for the preparation of competitive exams, we always prepare with a date, and almost for a year we were preparing without a date this time. So that was very difficult, and to be honest, I've gone off track for like many a times, probably 5-6 times. Yes, there was a period when I didn't study for a whole month in between.
How did you manage it? How did you come back from your off track?
I just had to be a bit gentle on my side. I just told myself that it was not my fault because a lot of students, when they take a break, they feel guilty of themselves. They feel that they have not studied, they have made some huge, grave mistake, but that's not the truth. I mean, we are all humans and we all need a break. We can't just keep running 24/7 for 365 days. That's not possible for anyone. So try to give yourself breaks, appreciate the work that you've done, try to give yourself treats when you've accomplished something. Let's say if you get 70% in a test, go out for something. I mean, not during the COVID period, but try to appreciate yourself. That's the point I'm trying to tell.
That's absolutely very good point. How did the vibe session of DBMCI go?
Yes, Vibe was actually a pretty fast revision, sir. To be honest, I just compiled all 19 subjects in 5 days. I mean, Vibe was definitely tough. Sitting together for such long hours was really draining. But once you accomplish those 5 days, you really felt like you completed the entire revision in 5 days. So it gave you a boost of confidence. And yes, definitely during the last month of revision, I used to just flip through the pages in Vibe every night before I went to sleep. So
Because
that actually
yeah,
goes inside the mind.
I understand,
Obviously.
because we will provide you a booklet where all the
Images are right there.
images are right there. It is like a mini revision.
Yes.
You fastly revise those things because around all the subject is covered around in a single image in a vibe session. That's a great say. Did you go through our LMRP?
LMRP not much, sir, because my notes were pretty solid.
Ah.
And I had a lot of time
Yeah.
revising my notes. So I didn't need my LMRP, but I stuck to my notes. Sir.
Yeah. Did you give our mark test?
Yes, sir. I tried to give as many mock tests as possible. I did give the last mock test, yes, sir.
Okay.
And actually, the ranks were pretty close. And
how did you feel about the mock test? Was it mimicking the same?
Yes, sir. Yes, actually, because even the time management, yes, definitely. Because even the INI CET papers are meant to be very time taking. They are pretty lengthy papers. So I had the same experience giving the mock test too. So that helped me manage my time better during the main exam.
What was the role of eGurukul in your preparation?
Yes, sir. eGurukul, I really used it for reference.
Yeah.
Because eGurukul was a vast collection of videos and information. So I could not completely go through all the material in eGurukul. So whenever I had a doubt in my notes or in what the faculty had actually told me during the class, I would go back to the videos and then just play only the segment of the videos to make myself clear. So I used it as a pure reference source.
Any advice for the people, for the students who are appearing for the NEET exam and for the coming INI CET?
Yes, for the coming NEET, you almost have a month now. And I think revision is the primary key. I mean, every topper only recommends revision because revision really helps. The more you see through your notes, the better it is. The more you recall, the better it is. Because trust me, even the topper who has gotten rank 1, he does not know all the answers. He's probably known around 100 to 120 answers for sure. He's made a lot of guesses. That's all even a topper can do. So you don't have to know everything. Just know what is right. I mean, what is right there in your notes and be thorough with it. And trust me, until the exam is over, it is not yet over. So which means that you still have a chance of getting your seat. So never lose hope. Try to put the effort every day. You don't have to think for the next month. Think for the next 1 hour. This is again said by Tamim sir.
Yeah.
He's a real inspiration. Just think for the next 1 hour. Do it sincerely. Then the next 1 hour. Like that. Keep doing it every day and no one can stop you from your seat. So that is one thing. Yes.
That's a great piece of advice from Dr. Laksman to all the users. And Dr. Laksman, I wish you all the success in your future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You were our family, you will remain our family.
Thank you so much, sir. Proud to be a part.
Thank you. Thank you for sparing your time. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.